Hello, Cherries. Welcome to Live Cherries Sunday, episode 136. 136. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build guitar chords stacking thirds. So, very important lesson. It's kind of a follow-up to what I did last week, where I showed the 7 chords of the key, diatonic chords. So first, I'm going to just say hello to my friend here in chat, and I will, as usual, I'll put a time stamp in the description when I get right to the lesson, which will be very shortly. Right now, I just want to say hello to Paul. What is happening, Paul? Give you a round of applause. All right. Good to see you. And let me know what you're drinking here today. I know it's beer o'clock somewhere, but I'm drinking coffee, trying to wake up. Had a gig last night, and Breezy Point, kind of like the border of Queens and Long Island, right there on the beach. It was really, really nice, but got in real late. Not as late as I could have been, because it really wasn't that far. Got home kind of quick. So, let me know if you can hear me out there. Oh, you got a chorus going on there already? All right. Got my telly, got it all fixed and set up. What's funny is last week, I got a bunch of comments about how my telly was buzzing a lot. Not necessarily on YouTube, but when I disseminate this content and I shrink it down to about a minute and I put it on TikTok and Instagram, I got a lot of views on this one, which is really cool, and a lot of comments, but a lot of comments were really ridiculous, talking about how my guitar was buzzing like crazy. And it was, but I guess they were missing the point. Ozman, good morning. Give you a round of applause. Yeah, no fret buzz today, hopefully. There might be a little, but you know, guitars aren't perfect, right? Last week we were in the key of E, but we're going to keep it in the key of C today. Very basic, because I want to kind of, the way I describe this is it's very easy to do it in C. Not as much buzz today, right? It's a little bit cleaner. Yeah? Think so? Pretty chord there, huh? Scott Olson. Good afternoon, good morning. Good morning to all. I'll give you a round of applause. All right. I can give you a bicycle horn too if you like. All right. So, we're going to be in the key of C today. Very standard, vanilla key. No flats, no sharps. Just the C major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And it could also be referred to as si, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Which in other countries I still believe they do it. And this is also a movable do, re, mi. I think they call it a solfege. Could be incorrect with that. But some people still call it si, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. And I call it do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, like the song. And I think it was changed in the 1800s to do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do from C. But I think there's still some other countries that still kept C. And they're very passionate about it. And it's also a fixed, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, a solfege is in C always. But the movable one means you could play in any key and it's still do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But the interesting thing is we're in C today, so it doesn't matter. But I just want you to know that, because it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Right? That's the sound of music right there. It is the sound of music, like Mary Poppins. And so the major scale, basically where most of music comes from, and 90% of the music is from the major scale. Pekka Blues from Sweden. That is so cool. You know, a friend of mine from Sweden, Peter. I'm gonna meet him. Gonna hang out with him tomorrow for a little bit. He's visiting New York, and he's part of an ABBA tribute band, very big ABBA tribute band, and you know, we're chatting it up. So meeting up tomorrow after my haircut, which has been a long time coming. So let's get to this. Let's get into this. Now I want to show you this this graph right here. And there it is again, the major scale in C. Each letter of that scale has a number. I'm sure you've heard that before, where you've heard, hey, let's play a 1-4-5 progression, or let's do a 2-5-1, or let's do a 1-6-2-5, or whatever number progression you've probably heard or played a million times. And that refers to this major scale and how each letter corresponds with a number. It's real simple. And I'm just playing it right up the string, going, what is it, horizontal. Got that right? I'm not going this way, but you can go up the scale that way, vertical. There you go, horizontal. Oops. First mistake of the day, and it won't be the last. And mistakes are free. I don't charge for those. So you can see here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And C goes back to 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And back to there. All right, you're welcome, Pekka Blues from Sweden. And the reason why those Roman numerals are uppercase and lowercase is because they represent a major or a minor key. The upper Roman numerals are major and the lower ones are minor. So if you're building chords off of this, you know that the C would be a major chord, the D would be minor, E would be minor, F would be major, G would be major, A would be minor, B would be minor, or minor flat 5 in there too. Back to C again. We'll get to that B half diminished one soon. Okay. So now in building chords, any type of chord, all you're really doing is, we get to this next graphic right here, cut that out, is you're skipping, just like the video says, you're stacking thirds right there. So if we go from C, we're going to skip the D and go right to the E. Like right here. Skip the D and go to E. So we're just jumping in thirds. And this is very important. The first note is always 1. So if you're thinking of third, you wouldn't want to go 1, 2, 3. You're going to be on the 4th right there. So always count the first one as 1. So it's 1, 2, 3. Just like I did the scale in the opener. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the root note is always 1. So you have the 1. You're going to skip the 2 and go right to the 3. Skip the 4 and go right to the 5. So you're basically stacking thirds. You're going in thirds. So it's 1, skip 2, go to 3, skip 4, go to 5. You could skip 6 and go to 7. You build a 7 chord, and it would sound like this. Okay. But we're going to try to keep it simple. We're going to keep it on just 3 strings. On the A string, the D string, and the G string. So we'd play a triad, which is 3 notes. C, E, and G. Now, of course, I can't play a chord on just 1 string. So I have to play it on the next strings. I'm going to play the E on this note right here on the D string. 2nd fret and the D string. I'm going to play the G, the open G. Right here. So you have the C chord, triad. Alright. Let's go back here for a second. To me. Hello. And if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications. I would appreciate it. Thank you. So a comment here from Rajesh. And hello, Rajesh. Good to see you. Give a round of applause. Hello, Jerry, everyone. Talking about ABBA, did everyone thinking about ABBA, did anyone think that Chiquitita sounded like chicken tikka? Chicken tikka. Well, chicken tita, tell me what's wrong. Chicken tita. No, I never thought that until now, Rajesh. And now I will never... I'll never think it's Chiquitita again. It's always chicken tita. And is that what's for dinner tonight? Chicken tikka? It sounds like a dish. I'm going to order that tonight. I had chicken yesterday, so. But it never stopped anybody. I can have chicken every day, right? Sorry if I offended any vegetarians out there. There's a lot of vegan dishes that I love as well. Here in New York, there's a lot of vegan places. Fantastic. So, chicken tita. And great song, by the way. One of my favorite ABBA songs. So the simplest way to build, and really the main way to build any chord like that is to skip each note. Like I did. Skip the D note, go to the 3rd, skip the 4th, go to the 5. Now, you continue doing that, which is really, really cool. And what's beautiful about this, if we go back to right here, you could build a C chord this way. You could build the D minor chord. How am I building a D minor? Well, I'm taking that D note, the 2nd note. I'm skipping a note, going up the scale. Actually, if we're playing the C major scale, but if I started on the 2nd note, it would be right like this. It's really like a Dorian scale, a D Dorian. But we're not getting into modes right now. So D, if I skip the E and go to F, skip the G and go to A, there's my D chord. Do a little Eddie Van Halen tap. That's where he got his taps from, playing triads taps. But I'm not going to play a chord that way. You have to play on different strings. So we got the D, the F, and the A. And it looks like this. D, F, A. And I can go one more and play a 7th by playing the C note. But I can't really play it like that. That would be like a first inversion D minor 7 chord. That's why you've seen that D minor 7 chord before, right? This is D minor 7. D minor 7. It's back to C. All right. So, going back to here, build all of our chords diatonically this way. You have the D, and once you recognize these shapes, they're just triad shapes, you'll see that that's the 3rd, always, whereas this is a minor 3rd. We have 2 frets apart, 1 fret apart, major, on a different string. Now going to the E note, the third note, that's an E minor. Let's build it. You have the E, skip one note, skip the F, go to the G, skip the A, and go to the B. That's the same looking shape right here. E, right? Eddie Van Halen type. Of course, I can't play a chord that way, so I have to play it like this. E, F, G, A, B. Look, it's the same shape as this D minor. That's the shape of minor chord. See? It's starting to sound like music. Here you have a C chord, D. Essentially, we're just harmonizing everything going up. We're playing the C, then we're playing. Right? See, hear that? Starting to harmonize each other with each other. Now let's go to, and I'll show you this graph here as well of that E minor chord. So basically, there it is again. You have E, G, B, and D. If you want to play a seventh chord, just like this one was, it's D. But we'll play it on this chord, just on the 3 strings. You can play it like this. There's your chord right there. Okay, getting out of that. So if any questions about this stuff, please let me know. Let's run through the rest of them. Going to the 4th chord, you have F. F, skip a note, skip the G, go to the A, skip the B, and go to the C. We're just going around this little chart. It's only 7 notes, and they go round and round and round. Like the Chubby Checker song. Round and round and round and like the twist. So if F, skip the G, go to the A, skip the B, and go to the C. So you have F, G, A, B, C, and there's our chord. Of course, I can't play it on one string. A chord. We can tap it. Right? And you can see, if you look at this, you can see how it's the shape of it. It's major. Because now you have 2 whole steps that makes a major. Whereas the E and the D were minor because there's only 4 apart. It's a minor triad. You'll start to recognize that and you'll start seeing it. Major. Something like that. So, okay, so you have the F. Which I'll show you right here. You have an F chord. Face. Look at that. It's supposed to have face. And there's the chord. F, A, C. I can actually play it in this position. I can play the 7. I can play the E here. Because it works out here. That's an F major 7 chord. Or like this. Okay, we'll go to the next chord, G, G7. So you have the G, A, B, C, D. There's our triad right there. G, B, D. Another major shape. So we have 2 major shapes right next to each other. See how the shape is? G. You have the next string from the A string to the D string. It's just 1 fret down. That's always major. It's always your 5th on this string. If you're playing a power chord. Play just like this here too. We got to tune here a little bit because of the heat. Maybe. Doesn't matter for this exercise. Okay. And see how it's harmonizing with each other right now. You have all three strings are harmonizing with each other. Like this. Now these two. Oops. Okay, going to the next one. You have the A. Then you skip the B, go to C. Skip the C, go to E. We can do it the open string, open A, C, E. Once again, the Van Halen riff. All right? But we're going to play it over here like this, like a minor shape. Just like this, D minor. Just like this, E minor. A minor. So now we have C, D, E, F, G, A. It all harmonizes with each other. I'm playing Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do in harmony. Alright, there's one more. You get to the B. So B, I'll do it down here. B, skip C, go to D. Skip E, go to F. See, this is the only one that looks a little bit different because it's a flat 5 here. You have the B note, then you have a D note. You're skipping the E, going to F. It looks like that. Sounds different. So it's the only one that has this shape where you're 2 frets apart on each string. The A string, the D string, and the G. That's just the way it works out. If you look at this graph, there's no other way around it. You have to play that. It is part of the scale, part of the chord progression here. And you could always just make it more like these. But you're leaving the key now because there's no F sharp in the key of C. It's F. So get used to it. Learn it, love it, know it, accept it. I used to hate the sound of it when I was first playing guitar, and I never understood why you went from a pretty chord like this, like these 9 chords, this one, and then here, and then this one, because you can't play an F sharp. It had to be like this. And I always hated the way that sounded like when I first started, because my ear wasn't used to it. It still sounds terrible, but I like it a lot better now then. So it's like, you know. And then back to the major 7. This one's half diminished. Okay. So yeah, so anyway, it's B diminished, and that's the shape. As you can see, here's the regular B minor. That's the 5. When you start understanding these grips and these shapes, you'll know that it's a flat 5, so you're just dropping it 1. If I was playing this D minor and I wanted it to be a flat 5, I would just drop that 5th note. Those like to resolve up like that. Just like this B wants to go to C. Because really all this B flat is, it's an inversion of this chord that wants to resolve to C. Alright. So we went through that. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this video. Give you a round of applause. Hopefully you had a good weekend so far. We're playing some music, hanging out here with Rajesh, Pack of Blues, all the way from Sweden. Wow. I really want to go to Sweden. Scott Olsen and Ozman and Paul, so good to see you. Hopefully you're getting something out of this. Any questions about it, please let me know. We're trying to play some music, you know, the best we can here and have a good time doing it. I know it's beautiful out today here in Brooklyn. And got my Telecaster set up. Loving it. Love this guitar here. I got it because I really wanted some bright sounds. Can't go wrong with that telly, that twang. That's for sure, especially on this front pickup right here. Cool. All right. Yeah, let's go to Sweden. We'll have like a little road trip. Oh, Paul, I found out Eddie ate dynamite. Got by. Is that part of the EADGBE? EADGBE. Okay, those are the names of the strings going up. I never looked at it like that. EADGBE. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. I know you say God by Eddie, but I know what you mean. But goodbye, Eddie. That's great. I never actually knew that. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. I love that. There's a lot of acronym type of things you could use for memorizing this stuff. But what's really easy about this one is the fact that, you know, it's just, where is it? Oh, yeah, it's just the alphabet, really, in this case. You know, C to B. Build any chord that way. What's interesting about this particular exercise is that on your A, or your eights, this open A, it's good to know the names of the strings, which brings me to a good point here. I do have a guitar course that teaches fretboard memorization, if you don't know that already. And it teaches you how to quickly find out all the notes on the scale on your fretboard, as well as the circle of fifths I go into and the blues. But check this out. I have a link in the description to my guitar course, and I would appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. But the good thing about knowing the fretboard is that if you know A is here, then you know all your natural notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and etc. Same thing on the D string, where you have, you know, your D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. And your G string, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. So playing the major scale with no flats or sharps, building chords, you could see, here's your C, and of course you can't play the E in that chord on the same string, so you have to play in the next string. You know, there's your E right there. E. And then G, just like this picture right here. E, A, open G. There's your triad, 3 notes, triad. The B would be a 7th note, because as you can see, it's the 7th note of the scale, so it's the 7 note, would be a 7 chord, B major 7. Sounds like this. It's a very pretty sounding chord. He's that real jazzy sounding, then kind of like a. Kind of sound like that. And all these modes and scales, Ionian mode, come right from these chords. So if I know that these chords are built off of these notes, I can play it anywhere, see? I can go up here. I can get that sound anywhere. Even down really low. Play a C chord. Just drop the C and play a B. Of course, that turns into an E minor chord. So where were we? Getting a little lost in the chords. Any questions about this stuff, please let me know. We're hanging out on a Sunday, episode 136, and really enjoying spending time with you guys on Sundays. Really is a lot of fun. I'm doing this because there was a lot of questions last week when I showed in the key of E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing, any key, really. Of course, the guitar was buzzing like crazy, and I got like 100 comments saying, "Dude, fix your guitar. Buzz, 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 buzz." Pictures of bees everywhere. Come on, really? People have nothing better to do. I think they just enjoy doing that. Keyboard warriors. Although, I did fix my guitar because of it. And I had a lot of compression on last week, so it really brought out the buzzing of it. If you have a buzzing guitar, don't use compression. See? Any key. I was in E. It's the same formula. E. Here's the E major chord. The 2 chord. See, the shapes are the same. There's a diminished one again. So, yeah. Any questions about this stuff, please let me know. And I think that we've gone through almost everything I wanted to talk about today. If you have any ideas for any future lives or any ideas for any lessons or what you'd like me to go over, triads, 7 chords, cage system, which I'm going to be getting into a lot more, arpeggios, let me know. Songs, classic solos, anything. I'm tuning for your pleasure. So, yeah, basically that's the formula for the diatonic chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Any key. Key of E, same thing. Can't play it. Key of G, anything. Once you know these positions, look, it's the same. So the great thing is if you know these, hey, play a 2-5-1 in C. We know the 2 chord is, what's the 2 chord? 2 chord is a D, D minor. The 5 chord is a G. Back to the 1, C. Of course, I would do it over here where it's a little closer. 2 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord. You hear that all the time. I could record like a little loop doing that. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can play this major scale. Just on 1 string. Of course, mistakes are free. All right. Just have a little fun with the scale, major scale. So let's go back over here. And where am I? There I am. All right. So if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. ring the bell for notification, subscribe to the channel, all that groovy stuff. And just remember when you're building these chords that the root note is always the 1 chord. When you're playing the C, the C note is 1. D, the D is always 1. The E is now the new 1. It was the third, 1, 2, 3. It's a third of C, but now when you're playing an E, it's the 1. Same thing with F, G, A, B, minor 7 flat 5, back to C again. All right. Sounds a little jazzy. It's not rock and roll, but it's the basics of rock here, and the basis of rock. So these are all thirds, intervals of thirds. I'm skipping one note, going to the next one, and pretty cool stuff, huh? So any questions about this, please let me know. Any ideas for what to do next week, please let me know. And definitely have a great rest of your Sunday here. Take this stuff, practice it. If you get stumped at all, just let me know, and maybe I could help you out with that. So, yeah. Enjoy, guys. Rock out. All right. Thanks for spending some time, guys. Love yous. Take care. You guys rock. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Scott and Alan. You guys are the best. Take care. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a great week. And, oh, do you like your headphones? I love these. These are like the most amazing headphones ever. I think I have links in the description if you want to find out what they are. And if not, what are they? They are Sony, what model? MDR 7506. 7506 right there. It's probably blurry because I don't have my camera set up on one of those settings like that. But they're good headphones. I've had similar ones for years. I always get the same headphones. I love these. Very flat sounding. They don't overemphasize frequency, especially when you're mixing. You want to have a flat sound. I don't want them to boost the lows and highs for me. Like, I want to hear what it sounds like, the music, when I'm actually reproducing there, right? So, but thank you for that, Paul. Very cool. Thank you, Paul. Thanks, Scott. All you guys. Ozman, Rajesh, Pack of Blues. You guys are the best. Thanks for spending some time here with me today. Love it. look forward to Sundays doing this with y'all. And once again, any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. Any ideas for the future? This is episode 136. That's pushing up to 3 years of doing this every Sunday. We want to keep it going. But I need ideas. Never run out of ideas. That's the beauty of music. You can never run out of ideas. It's endless. And the more you learn, the more you realize you need to know, right? So you might as well just stop learning and be better off. Nah, just kidding. So, anyway, you guys are the best. I love yous. And have a great week. I'll see you next Sunday. Every Sunday here, unless we can't do it. I'm here every Sunday at 12. Unless I'm not. I'm working on my sense of humor. All right, come on. And but anyhow, have a great rest of your Sunday and a great week. And I will see you next time. Love you guys. Be cool. Be kind. And be cherry. Listen to those birds out there sing. If you want to see another video on something similar to this, you got videos right there you can watch. All right. Have a good day, guys. Peace.